Please be seated. And good afternoon. If you haven't done so already, if you could silence your cell phones or any other electronics, that would be great. You don't want to be the one whose wonderful ringtone goes off during the middle of one of the speeches. My name's Nancy Vogel. I'm the college chaplain, and I'm also the director of the William Jewett Tucker Center here at Dartmouth. On behalf of Tucker, the United Campus Ministers who are seated in the front here, thank you, United Campus Ministers, and Dartmouth College, we welcome you to this year's Baccalaureate Multi-Faith Service. We rejoice with all who have gathered here, and we remember those who are absent but are dear in our hearts. We celebrate with gratitude that we have reached this sacred time and season. In the spirit of this shared holy space, let us begin by acknowledging that this service is being held on the ancestral and unceded lands of the Abenaki people. We pay our respects to their elders, both past and present, and extend that respect to other Native people here today, and commit to continuing to do so in the future. Historically, the baccalaureate service was the time set aside for students to expound on all they had learned in their academic experience in Latin. And while we no longer ask our soon-to-be graduates to summarize their learning in Latin sermons, we have maintained the tradition of inviting a few students to articulate some sense of knowledge or insight into the life of the Spirit that they have come to understand during their time here at Dartmouth, each from his or her own experiences, own sacred texts, own beliefs. We're also honored to have Dr. Andrew Nalani, class of 16, to be our keynote speaker, and the wonderful voices of the gospel choir under the direction of Noel Higginson and accompanied by the amazing Darrell. So thank you all for being here today. Not all religious traditions represented at Dartmouth are included in today's service, simply because of the length that such a service would require. Still, it is our goal over time to ensure that all the religious communities at Dartmouth are invited to bring their contributions to this time of celebration and worship when we pause as a college to give thanks to God for our graduates. God bless all of you who are graduating and to your families and friends who have supported you. We celebrate with you and we pray that you may be a blessing to the world.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Good afternoon, family, community members, faculty, staff, and ministers. So today, without any further ado, I've been asked to make prayers, not to make a speech or a statement. So I'll start with the most beautiful surah, the first surah of the Quran, which every Muslim knows said by heart. It's the Surah Al-Fatiha, very short version. We recite it 5 times a day. I will recite it the full Arabic, and then we'll go over the translation and leave it to you to contemplate on that and why we recite it every day 5 times a day. And then I will make prayers for the students of this year who went through a lot and also the well-being of this world. And by that, I will conclude. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. So in the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. All the praise and thanks be to Allah, the Lord of the Alameen, the mankind, jinns, and all that exists, the most beneficent and most merciful, the only owner of the day of the judgment, of resurrection. You alone we worship, and you alone we ask for help. Guide us to the straight way, the way of those whom you have bestowed your grace, not the way of those who earned your anger, nor of those who went astray. And now I'll follow up with a prayer. It's for the heart, because heart plays a very central role in the Islamic culture and tradition. It is the part that the flesh, that if that is okay and on the right path, the whole society and humankind will be on the right path. And if that's corrupt, then everything will be corrupt. And that dua is from our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which I will recite. O Allah, reconcile between our hearts and resolve our affairs, and guide us toward peace and paths of guidance, and take us out of darkness into the light. And now I will follow the prayers for this class and also for the well-being of this world, and peace and justice in this world. O Allah, grant us wisdom in our decisions, strength in our challenges, and courage to fight for justice. Guide us in all our endeavors, and help us always strive for excellence and integrity in all we do. O Allah, grant us strength and perseverance through difficulties and resilience to overcome obstacles. Help us remain focused and determined, and to never lose sight of the righteous path. May we always trust your guidance and support. O Allah, we pray for peace and justice for the oppressed. Ease the suffering of those who are caught in unjust conflict. Grant them safety, security, and ability to live in harmony and fight for their rights. May your mercy and blessing be upon them, and may peace prevail. Thank you.
Going to allow our friends and family to find a seat. A lot of friends and family. That's awesome. Okay. Good afternoon. Thank you, Modasar, for opening up here. Thank you very much. My name is Scott Brown. I use the he, him, his pronoun series, and I'm honored to serve as the dean of the college. Each year during this special service, we remember and honor the students in the graduating class who passed away during their time at Dartmouth. Class of 24, you gathered last Sunday at this very place at the start of the senior work to celebrate the lives of your 5 classmates who will be deeply missed at tomorrow's commencement. You spoke about a quiet, gentle giant who cared for his teammates, was a passionate Philly sports fan, and inspired you to become unapologetically yourself. You spoke about the good fortune that Dartmouth Housing had landed you in Morton, right next to a humble, gracious soul who made people feel safe and understood. You spoke about building a friendship that felt like home through humor, fuzzy worms, and exuberant Mamma Mia dance parties. You spoke of finding ways to bridge the social distancing of pandemic times, and you connected by learning each other's joys and struggles and special places. You spoke how the process of grief changes over time, but making space to remember brings our loved ones close to be with us. And through your love and dedication and heartfelt stories, we remember your beloved friends, teammates, and classmates. And in commemorating the bench outside in their honor, you've created a place of reflection that is part of their everlasting legacy, and our Dartmouth community is ever grateful. Today, we also remember 2 graduate students who sadly left us in the past year. Ifelua Adelele came to study at Thayer from Lagos, Nigeria, and she is remembered as a brilliant engineer and a dedicated volunteer and a keen interest in sustainability and improving the welfare of children. Ife was a natural team leader and a kind and generous friend who was led by her faith. She believed in giving back to the community and did so through her academic research and personal outreach. Kashin Tsai was a second-year doctoral student at the Guarini School in the Department of Psychological and Brain Sciences. Her colleagues and friends remember her insightful research on autism and her remarkable talent for solving complex puzzles. And according to her lab mates, she was truly a plant whisperer. She loved cats and found unique ways to incorporate that love into her work, sometimes in clever and fun ways. She was a deeply talented and kind spirit. And as we honor the memory of these students today, we hold in our heart their families and their loved ones. So if you could, please join me in a moment of silence to remember them, as well as the family and friends of our graduating students who would otherwise be with us today. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Owen Sainer, and I'm representing Hillel at Dartmouth. As we gather in this moment of culmination and gratitude, we pause to remember those bright lights in our class who are not with us today. May their memories be a blessing, a call to us to live with greater kindness, deeper compassion, and a more profound sense of life's fragility. Mizmor leDavid Adonai ro'i lo achsar, binot deshe yerbitzeni al me menuchot yechaleni, nafshi yeshuvev yenachni b'machaleni sedek lema'an shmo gam ki elech begay salmavet lo ira ra ki ata imadi shivtecha u mishantecha hema v'nachamuni ta aroch lefanai shulchan neged so rerai deshene beshemen roshi kosi revaya ach tov v'chesed yerdefuni kol yamai chaye v'shavti bevait Adonai le'arich yamim. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. In grass meadows he makes me lie down. By quiet waters guides me. My life he brings back. He leads me on pathways of justice for his name's sake. Though I walk in the vale of death's shadow, I feel no harm, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, it is they that console me. You set out a table before me in the face of my foes. You moisten my head with oil, my cup overflows. Let but goodness and kindness pursue me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord for many long days. Merciful, compassionate God, hold our friends close to your heart. Let them be at peace. May their deeds and teachings live in us always. May they inspire us to live with justice and mercy as our twin pole stars. Let their souls and our souls be bound as one. Amen.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Akshita Kanuganti, and I'm a biomedical engineering major and music minor from Tampa, Florida. Today, I'm representing Shanti, the Hindu student group. We're responsible for the Om sign on the green every year and Holi as well. But I just wanted to start off today by saying congratulations to all the graduates and their families. We're almost there. It's crazy to think that we began as freshmen, with the real world seemingly so far away. And after tomorrow, it'll be our reality. This past week, I've tried to feel just excited, just upset, or just grateful. But I've realized that the thing with senior year is that it's much more complicated than that. Every emotion has been coated in something slightly bittersweet, because in the way back of my head, I know that some of the best years of our lives are slowly coming to an end. I would like to share a story from the Mahabharata, something that I heard growing up, and I think that maybe could inspire all of us as we walk into the unknown. The story I'd like to share is about a young warrior named Abhimanyu. One of the poignant episodes in the Mahabharata is during the final war, when Abhimanyu enters the Chakravyuha, a complex and formidable battle formation designed by the opposition. Abhimanyu knew how to enter the formation, but he didn't know how to exit. Despite this knowledge, Abhimanyu volunteered to lead charge. He was fully aware of the immense risk and the uncertainty that lay ahead. Yet his sense of duty and his courage propelled him forward. Abhimanyu's resolve was not born out of complete knowledge or certainty, but out of bravery and commitment to his cause. Abhimanyu's story shows us that sometimes we must step into the unknown with courage and conviction, even when the outcome is uncertain. As we stand on the threshold of our future, we may not have all the answers, and the path ahead may seem daunting. However, like Abhimanyu, we must face our challenges head-on, with bravery and dedication. We must trust in our abilities, remember the lessons we've learned at Dartmouth, and move forward into the world with determination and integrity. So, congratulations again to the class of 2024. As we step into the next chapter of our lives, may we face the unknown with confidence and strength. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sydney Fortner, and I'm part of Zen Practice Group here on campus. I'm originally from Seattle, and I studied neuroscience in my time here at Dartmouth. I joined Zen Practice Group during my senior fall. As a member of this beautiful community over the past year, I spent every Tuesday night in South Fairbanks with other student practitioners and Gendo, a dear mentor of mine and lay monk from the Upper Valley Zen Center. During our sessions, we meditate, walk mindfully, and have conversations about how Buddhist practice intersects with our daily experiences on campus. When I think about my time here at Dartmouth, I think about the ways that Zen has changed my life. I entered Dartmouth's spiritual space later in my time here, and Zen's impact on me has been profound and obvious. This community has kept me grounded throughout times of great change. The practice and the people have fostered deep compassion. They've made me a better friend, a better mentor, a better leader, and a better daughter. Recently, during conversation, we've been talking a lot about transitions, believe it or not. Obviously, this is perhaps the largest transition in our lives to date as 24s. As I've reflected on this part of my life with this community, one thing has become abundantly clear. I must not rush. As Lao Tzu, a Taoist philosopher, once said, "Nature does not hurry, and yet everything is accomplished." Buddhism lives by this truth. To rush is to miss the present moment. As of late, I've been moving slow, taking a little bit longer on the walk from the library to the dining hall, smelling the flowers along the way, paying attention to my breathing, and the way that my feet hit the ground. It's fair to say I've been trying to slow down time. So today, I thought I would read a letter to my past self, perhaps slowing down time a little bit to tell her and you all about the impact of my Zen practice. Young Sydney, you have yet to experience the joy that is this beautiful place that I have had the privilege of calling home. In your time here, you will experience suffering, as we all do. It's an unavoidable truth of life. You will experience overwhelm, feel as though you aren't doing enough. But allow me to share this truth with you, one which I have learned during my time here. When you realize that nothing is lacking, the whole world belongs to you. You are complete, despite the things you do. To be is enough. You may try to run toward happiness, to find it outside of yourself. But happiness is lost in the attempt to possess it. You have it within you already, and I promise you will find it. Young Sydney, do not hurry to come to the end, for it will arrive in due time. Everything that has a beginning duly has an ending. To make peace with that is to be one with the present moment. And the present moment, the only moment, is the most beautiful thing. So as I approach the end of such a profound and meaningful moment in my life, I've been reflecting on this Buddhist teaching of impermanence. As taught by the Plum Village monastics, to recognize impermanence in our own life is to recognize that nothing we ever do is lost. It's always there for a moment in one form, and then it will become another form. When I think about that quote, I'm reminded that as I transition into this new part of my life, our life as 24s, Dartmouth is not left behind. It will inform every component of our new world. And though we no longer exist physically in the space, it will always exist within us for as long as we are. And for that, I'm deeply grateful. As I reflect on my time here, I feel so much gratitude. Primarily, I want to thank Gendo, Alan Field. He has poured 20 years of his life into Zen practice and the traditions of Buddhism on this campus. He has changed so many lives, including my own, and I'm so grateful to have practiced with him. I would also like to thank Reverend Dr. Nancy Vogel for her unwavering support of all spiritual practices on this campus. Her leadership of the Tucker Center has played a vital role in existence of clubs like Zen. Lastly, I would like to express my gratitude for the class of 2024. I'm so grateful to experience this moment with you all and for the community we have built through such adversity that we have faced. Thank you all for being here today, and have a lovely rest of your commencement weekend.
Aloha mai kākou. My name is Teani DeFries. I am from Waimanalo, Hawaii, on the island of Oahu, and I am studying economics and linguistics. I'm honored to be here with all of you today. I want to start off by expressing my deepest gratitude to all of you for being here. To the class of 2024, we did it, and I could not be prouder to celebrate here with all of you today. This weekend, we are not just celebrating our achievements, but the incredible journey we've been on together. I've had the pleasure of being a member of Integrari, our athlete Christian Bible study group here on campus, throughout my time at Dartmouth, and represented our organization as president this past year. And I've been asked to share some reflections with you today. When we first arrived here in the fall of 2020, we were immediately forced to grapple with the effects of the pandemic. From the start, we faced many difficult challenges. We've dealt with loss, hardships, and moments of doubt for sure. But we stuck together, supported one another, and came out stronger than ever before. For me personally, the bonds I've formed with people here at Dartmouth are truly special, and I know they will last a lifetime. Reflecting on my time involved with Integrari, I found solace and support amidst the demands of being a student athlete throughout my first 2 years here at Dartmouth. Whether it was through shared experiences, encouraging words, or simply supporting one another through the difficult times, Integrari became a second family to me. Sunday Bible study meetings were something many of us look forward to refresh before the start of a new week. Witnessing the growth of our community and the excitement of our new members, to be a part of a group united by our love for not only sports, but also for God, has been truly special. 1 John 4:19 says, "We love because he first loved us." Integrari has reminded me of the importance of fostering relationships with those around us and the true meaning of life, to love others and be kind. Dartmouth has provided us all with a unique opportunity to meet people from all sorts of backgrounds, to share stories, joys, and struggles, and to build connections that will endure far beyond our time here in Hanover. So check in on your friends and loved ones, smile at strangers, strike up conversation with people on the street, and build relationships with the people that God has placed in your life, because we were all brought here, right now, for that very reason. Dartmouth really is a special place, and I cannot have imagined a better experience than that which I was blessed with. Through the ups and downs, God has truly given me opportunities I would have never thought possible. As we move forward from here and embark on a new journey and a new chapter of our lives, I hope we can all carry these lessons with us, to continue loving each other with all of your heart and cherish the connections you've made. Thank you all for being a part of this journey and for all of your endless support. To my own family and friends here to celebrate with us and those who could not be here, thank you all for what you have done for me and for making this place truly feel like home despite being so far from my own. Congratulations again to the class of 2024, and I cannot wait to see what God has in store for each and every one of you on this new chapter. Kia kua pu, God bless, and mahalo.
And a very pleasant good afternoon. Hello, everybody. Hi. It's a celebration weekend. Can we give it up for graduation weekend? My name is Amaya Noel Higginson, and we are representing the tremendous arts component of this beautiful college. It is the Hopkins Center for the Arts, and we are the Dartmouth College Gospel Choir. So if you don't mind, we give you permission to clap your hands and sing along.
The Lord is blessing me right now. The Lord is blessing me right now. The Lord is blessing me. The Lord is blessing me right now. 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 The Lord is blessing me. He woke me up this morning, starting me on my way. The Lord is blessing me right now. Right now. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Maya. I'm a 24 from the Boston area. I study neuroscience. I didn't grow up religious, but I guess you could say I'm culturally Christian. If I had to describe my faith right now, I'd probably say that I believe in science. This is how I would introduce myself at Multi-Faith Conversations, the Tucker program that has led me to stand before you here today. For those who don't know, Multi-Faith Conversations, or MFC for short, was a weekly dinner discussion on topics of spirituality and ethics for students of all faiths. I had the pleasure of organizing MFC during my sophomore and junior years. And during that time, when I'd tell people that I, a secular student, worked for the spiritual center, naturally they'd have questions. How and why? I stumbled upon MFC in the winter of my freshman year, the COVID year. I was living off campus, far from Hanover, with classmates I had just met that previous fall. And although my living situation was beyond fortunate, I felt a bit detached and, well, alone. Dartmouth was still just a concept to me, a place that hadn't quite lifted off the pages of the admissions pamphlets I'd collected in high school. I wanted something that would make Dartmouth feel more real, something tangible, something I could feel connected to. Clubs, I decided, would be a good place to start. I attended a club fair, and by attended, I mean I logged onto Zoom. On a whim, I clicked the link for Multi-Faith Conversations, and Khalil, the Muslim faith and MFC advisor at the time, popped onto my screen. Those of you who've met Khalil know how joyful he is, and this moment was no different. Right as he appeared, he leaned into the camera with a big bubbly smile to greet me and asked me how my day was so far. We continued to chat for a while about Dartmouth and life at large. And amidst all of the high-octane orientation speeches, nervous small talk, and rushed COVID testing that had comprised much of my Dartmouth social life at that point, Khalil's genuine curiosity stood out. We were in a moment, having a real conversation. Needless to say, I came back the next week. That day, it was a small group, but a big conversation. The topic was goals. In response, Olivia, the student leader at the time, offered words from the Bible. Khalil spoke of the Quran. Others brought up teachings from Hinduism, Judaism, Buddhism. Everyone quoted holy books with such fluency and a humility that made them somehow seem even more fluent. As you might imagine, I, the very secular student, was quiet in my little Zoom box. So, in a lull, someone invited me to share my thoughts. I proceeded to bring up SMART goals, an acronym I had learned from my high school gym teacher in health class. I knew that I'd probably feel like an imposter at some point at Dartmouth. I just didn't think it would be for my religion, or lack thereof. As soon as I said it, I prepared to remute myself. But another student, out of genuine curiosity, asked me to explain. As I went through each letter of the acronym, S, specific, M, measurable, and so on, Others made connections to their own experiences, listening and responding to what I was saying. We were having a real conversation. And so I came back the next week, and the next week, and every following week after that. One of the many things I've learned through MFC, actually from our current multi-faith advisor, the wonderful Ellie Anders Thompson, is one word: worldview. She says that instead of the word faith, she likes to say worldview, because everyone has a worldview. Everyone has a belief system through which they understand things. A lifetime of past experiences, whether that be time spent reading a holy book or sitting in health class, that inform the way they experience the present moment. In a sense, these past experiences, these memories, are like data points coming together to form a hypothesis about the world around us. And when we introduce our hypotheses to other people, we might use shorthand, words like Christian, Muslim, Hindu, Buddhist, neuroscience major. But the thing about words is that at the end of the day, they're only approximations for the amorphous thoughts swirling around in our minds. In fact, two people may use the same word for two different worldviews. For instance, when Chaplain Vogel introduces herself as a Christian reverend, you may not expect her to quote Pema Chodron or Thich Nhat Hanh, although after one or two conversations, you might. Each and every single one of us has a unique worldview, built of everything we've ever believed in. Whether that be spiritual teachings, school lessons, news stories, books, the movies we can quote by heart, every song we've ever had on repeat, every conversation we've carefully tucked away into the folds of our minds. All of these memories, these teachings, lessons, stories, books, movies, songs, conversations, they coalesce into a view singular to you, into a faith singular to you. So ultimately, every conversation that we have is a multi-faith conversation. I'm forever grateful for the conversations I've had in my 4 years at Dartmouth, for all the ones I've had at Tucker and all the ones I've had because of Tucker. I'm grateful for the Kabbalah and college conversations that Rabbi Seth invited me to during my sophomore summer, for those nights I spent eating strawberries and learning about Jewish mysticism. I'm grateful for conversations on mindfulness I've had with Gendo Allen Field and the monastics of Plum Village. I'm grateful for every conversation I've had with Chaplain Vogel. I'm grateful for all the conversations I've had with professors through the years, with classmates, with the custodians in my dorm, with friends. These conversations are now a part of the constellation of who I am, of what I believe. Here's to all of the conversations to come. Best of luck to the graduating class of 2024. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Penelope Spur. I'm a history and film major from Portland, Oregon, and I'm really grateful to everyone for being here today. I'm here speaking on behalf of Hillel at Dartmouth, and I just want to say thank you to Rabbi Seth for being an incredible support over the past 4 years. I will miss you very much. It's difficult to distill my gratitude for Dartmouth Jewish life into a 4-minute speech, so I wanted to share a specific example that spans the years. Every year in autumn, I go to synagogue to observe Yom Kippur, which is the Day of Atonement, and it's the holiest day of the Jewish year. It is a day steeped in introspection and tradition where we fast, we pray, and finally, we break our fast with friends and family over an abundance of bagels and lox. On Yom Kippur a few years ago, my dad and I stood next to each other in the pews, and we were paging through our prayer books. And we landed on a prayer called Kol Nidre. It is one of my favorites, or most meaningful to me. It's written as a legal document, and its text releases us from the vows we could not keep despite our best intentions. The text is sacred, but I actually haven't made it the focus of my speech. Instead, I wanted to talk about the margins of the page. I noticed that literally all around the prayer page are paragraphs and paragraphs of information. Commentary, interpretations, insight, almost like when you pause your show on Amazon Prime and trivia pops up on the screen, like, did you know Game of Thrones was filmed in Iceland? No, I did not. In a similar way, the Kol Nidre prayer is surrounded by rabbinic and scholarly dialogue spanning 1,000 years, questions about its language, and musings about its melody. I've observed 4 Yom Kippurs in these 4 years, and every one is different. My freshman year, I prayed over Zoom. Sophomore year, I finally rejoined my peers at the Roth Center. Junior year, while studying abroad, I traveled to London's oldest synagogue, which was built in 1701 and had survived the Blitz. This year, I rejoined my peers at the Roth Center. It was incredibly meaningful. Every year has been a little different, but every year I still get the chance to read those notes in the margin. This, to me, encapsulates the essence of Judaism. It was Rabbi Jonathan Sachs who said, "The Jewish castle is not built of bricks or stone, but of words." It has been preserved across centuries, handed on by one generation to the next, added to and enhanced in age after age, lovingly cherished and sustained. These words have been the bedrock of our faith, always enriched by new voices. As we stand here today, ready to embark on our different paths, I'm thinking about those notes in the margins and the opportunity I have to read them every autumn. Those notes have taught me the power of words to build bridges, the strength found in communal reflection, and the enduring spirit of our traditions. And I have Jewish Life at Dartmouth and all of you to thank for that. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace and blessings be upon you. My name is Anna Torres Rodriguez, and I'm honored to be part of Al-Nur, our Muslim Student Association. Today, as we begin a new chapter of our lives, many of us for whom this is the first time occurring in our families, I want to thank every person who shaped our lives. For me, that's my family, my close friends, and my chaplain, Abdul Rahman. When I was asked to give this speech, I was unsure what I would say as a recent revert to Islam, and I quickly realized that Al-Nur had been there for me since the beginning of my journey. I began exploring Islam during my time in Kuwait last year. My dear friend, Ayman Salha, was the first to give me a translated version of the Quran. After finishing this this book in 1 week, which I've heard is supposed to be very impressive, so props to me. I had a lot of questions, and Ayman reached out to Abdul, our chaplain, who made himself very available for multiple meetings to answer my endless questions. I really mean endless. I still meet with him sometimes. And I'm incredibly grateful to them for the patience and kindness they've shown me since the beginning. This supportive community only grew when I returned to Dartmouth from my time abroad. In Surah At-Tawwab, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, the believers, both men and women, are guardians of one another. They encourage good and forbid evil, establish prayer and pay alms tax, and obey Allah and His messengers. It is they who will be shown Allah's mercy, and surely Allah is Almighty, All-Wise. I can attest that my brothers and sisters in Al-Nur have taught me about community for the sake of God. They've taught me to fear none in the face of injustice, to see my brothers and sisters put on hijab and my brothers lead public prayers. I've witnessed them declare to the world that they are Muslim. Particularly today, this is an act of faith and bravery. They've extended their bravery to fight against injustice in Palestine, the Congo, Sudan, and worldwide. As guardians of one another, I want to thank this community for letting me be part of their emotional support system. Since the beginning of our Dartmouth journeys in 2020, we've been surrounded by death on the news, social media, and some of us have lost members of our family and our dear friends who truly may have been our best friends. And as you can imagine, losing your best friend isn't easy. But the least I could do is be a pillar to those grieving. This dunya, this world, this life, is a temporary test. And as someone who previously feared cemeteries and anything related to death, I had to remind myself and those grieving that verily with hardship comes ease, and that we should turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone with hope. It's been an honor to create space for the grieving to process their emotions amidst emotional turmoil and a fast-paced academic environment. Besides this, I sought my siblings to pray together, educated others on our ummah's struggles, and ensured you all were performing academically and emotionally. To my brothers and sisters, your actions continuously push me to be a better Muslim and to strive to be an example to you all. I cannot say thank you enough to this community for lessons on brotherhood, sisterhood, community, bravery, and advocacy. I hope you all continue being brave, advocating for justice, being guardians to one another, and remaining unwavering in your faith. Demonstrating the truth behind our name, Al-Nur, meaning the light, this community shines as a beacon of hope. I stand before you all with immense gratitude for my Al-Nur brothers, sisters, and chaplain. They have shown me the meaning of brother and sisterhood in Islam. In Surah Al-Hijr, we're reminded that in Jannah, heaven, Allah will remove whatever bitterness we had in our hearts, and in a friendly manner, we will be on thrones facing one another. As I begin my post-Dartmouth chapter, I look forward to growing alongside you all, watching you represent the Ummah in the fight for justice until the day we reunite in Jannah, inshallah.
Magnify the Lord with me, whom the Son he hath redeemed. Clap your hands, rejoice and sing. You are Lord of everything. I will bless the Lord. Bless the Lord at all times. I will bless the Lord. The Lord at all times, for the Lord our God is great.
Say, perfect Lord in all your ways. Have mercy, Lord of grace.
Have mercy, Lord of grace.
Holy One, Ancient of
Days.
Everybody clap your hands like this. Say,
I will bless the Lord.
Say, I will bless the Lord. Listen. Hey, I will bless the Lord.
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 I will bless the Lord. I will bless the Lord. I will bless the Lord. He has done great things for me, so I will things for me, so I will. He has done great things for me, so I will. He has done great things for me. 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 So I will bless the Lord. Bless the Lord. Yeah.
Don't worry, that wasn't my cue to start doing a solo. But I do have the incredible honor of introducing our keynote speaker today, Dr. Andrew Nalani. And Dr. Nalani is an assistant professor of human and organizational development at Vanderbilt University. And after graduating from Dartmouth in 2016, he earned his master's in education from Harvard and his PhD in psychology and social intervention at New York University. As a student at Dartmouth, Dr. Nalani was already paving the way in youth leadership with initiatives in his native country of Uganda and on campus. He was recognized with a number of awards, including the Penelope W. and E. Rose Stamps IV Leadership Scholar Award, the Churchill Prize in his first year, and the Chaplain's Award and Barrett Cup in his senior year. Dr. Nalani was also a student speaker for the inaugural Twilight Ceremony in 2014, which took place by candlelight in the Bema, where you were this morning. And we know the class of 24, your Twilight Ceremony was a little different and took place by the light of glow sticks and a computer screen. But as at the first Twilight 10 years ago, Dr. Nalani spoke of the courage of welcoming the unknown. He said, and I quote, "When we mark an ending, we look back through the eyes of memory and name and celebrate the trails left behind by a life of courageous enough to take a first step into the unknown and now taking on a new and different form." Please join me in welcoming Dr. Andrew Nalani. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean Brown, for that introduction. You know, when you're invited back to your alma mater to give a commencement event speech, you must be getting old. And I won't be surprised if I wake up tomorrow and there's a gray hair somewhere in my head. But to the Dean's office, the Tucker Center, members of the Board of Trustees who are present, and the President, thank you for inviting me back here. And of course, to the illustrious class of 2024 and your loved ones, congratulations on arriving at this threshold. There are three things that I learned how to do at Dartmouth, and the first one was just learning how to ask research-related questions about human development and identity. The second was learning how to tell stories. And the third was learning how poetry can accompany us in times of transition. And this last one is particularly relevant for today. I would spend time walking in the Bema or Mink Brook, and if you do not know where those are, don't worry, you'll have until your 50th year reunion to find out. But I would walk and spend time by myself to reflect on who I was growing into as a result of my classroom and extracurricular experiences here at Dartmouth. And so I chose to begin my reflections today, my meditation on the hidden blessing of a question, with a poem by David Whyte. The poem is called Sometimes. Sometimes, if you move carefully through the forest, breathing like the ones in the old stories who could cross a shimmering bed of leaves without a sound, you come to a place whose only task is to trouble you with tiny but frightening requests conceived out of nowhere, but in this place, beginning to lead everywhere. Requests to stop what you are doing right now and to stop what you are becoming as you do it. Questions that can make or unmake a life. Questions that have patiently waited for you. Questions that have no right to go away. Questions that have no right to go away. The first assignment I completed at Dartmouth, I know you've done all your assignments, but let me tell you about some of the ones I completed. The first assignment I completed at Dartmouth in a writing class taught by Professor Karen Gottschalk was to share out loud that one question that kept me awake at night. All 16 of us in the class, hailing from different countries, had to come prepared to share. It was certainly the shortest assignment I would have at Dartmouth, but it is one that would inevitably come to shape my intellectual pursuits and also my personal relationships and sense of spirituality. Although the question that I shared was related to education and youth development, which areas eventually became my vocational path, I was motivated by another more haunting question. What drives human beings to commit violence because of what they believe? Or better phrased, how did I come to believe what I believe so strongly that I would be willing to kill for it? See, in the education and religious systems within which I had grown up, what was most important was having the answers, the right answers. In school, failing an exam carried consequences. We were spanked by teachers and parents alike. In the church, we were shamed and made to feel guilty by our religious leaders. So, as a teenager, the way I belonged to my evangelical faith was a bit of a complicated story. On the one hand, I proclaimed that God loved everyone, and on the other, I condemned those who did not believe the same things that I did or behaved the way that I did. Years later, while studying far away from home, I made friends with peers from different walks of life. Peers who became lifelong friends, peers who came to view me beyond my own narrow commitments to my identity. Atheists, Buddhists, and gay peers with whom I made quesadillas to celebrate birthdays in the dormitory room. Wealthy European snobs with whom I went hiking, one of whom introduced me to the practice of journaling about my emotions. Malak, a Palestinian Muslim who became my study buddy for the IB biology exam and whose earlier reflections during an interfaith dialogue made me confront the violence in my own proclivity to getting others to believe the same things that I did. It was my way of dealing with the discomfort of encountering difference. Or the white biology teacher who invited us to debate him and the ideas he presented to us in class, never mind that back home, speaking back to an elder or questioning authority was an absolute no-no. All these were people that my faith had taught me were less than, other, lost. And yet, by living and learning together with them, I came to love them enough to ask, how did I come to believe what I believe so strongly that I'd be willing to kill for it? For my final assignment in Professor Gottschalk's class, I wrote an essay on how evangelicalism and patriarchal ideologies influenced the so-called Kill the Gays bill in Uganda. For writing it, some back home called me a brainwashed, westernized intellectual. The irony was not lost on me. The summer after my first year, I considered transferring from Dartmouth or dropping out of the whole college experience entirely. And this was the 6th time I had considered this question. And during that period, one of my friends very gently but firmly asked me, Andrew, how are you contributing to your own suffering at Dartmouth? I did not want to hear this question. But after I carefully considered it, I decided to give Dartmouth one more try. I forgot to mention I was a first-gen college student at the time, and so the experience of my first year was being honored with all these awards, but there was a hidden suffering to that experience as well. And so when I came back for my second year, I decided to give Dartmouth one more try, but this time to meet it on my own terms. I changed my major from psychology. I explored courses in religion and comparative literature. I cut back on the many extracurricular involvements that left me little room for rest and rejuvenation, and I gave up on trying to fit into the social fabric. As I experimented with a different way of belonging within this institution, I discovered those spaces that felt like freedom to me. Here are other questions that friends and loved ones have blessed me with over the years, questions that had no right to go away. How is that relationship nourishing you? What do you really want? Are you doing this because you feel you have to, or because you feel alive? These kinds of questions are different from the other kinds of questions that have a right to go away, the kinds of questions you're going to receive throughout this weekend and the next many weeks. Like, what in the world are you going to do with that major? Hello, humanities majors. Or, what comes next? I give you full license to let those questions go away. How about we try these on for size? Who did you grow into by taking this major? Or, as you graduate, what options will allow you to give your gifts fully and wholeheartedly to this hurting world? These are the kinds of questions that have no right to go away. In a research team I was a part of during my doctoral training, we called these kinds of questions thick questions. And our team investigated how asking thick questions helped to influence the quality of adolescents' interpersonal relationships. Now, it is during this period in our development that social stereotypes begin to influence young people's capacity for curiosity and connection. And so the crisis of connection begins around 7th grade. And as an international student here, I got to learn that no American likes talking about middle school. In this study, we found that adolescents who asked more follow-up questions were perceived as better listeners by their peers, and question asking was positively related to empathy. We also found that it was possible in a period of 8 to 14 weeks to train 7th graders to improve their skill sets in asking questions. Now, although this was just one study, and it was non-causal for all of you all who are science believers, several other studies have investigated the role of active listening and question asking in enhancing the quality of life across settings, from marriages to workplaces. Thick questions help us see others beyond the narrow, stereotyped images we have of them. In the words of Lebanese-French author Amin Maalouf, for it is often the way we look at other people that imprisons them within their own narrowest allegiances, and it is also the way we look at them that may set them free. But questions don't just come from others. They can also come seemingly from nowhere, from our innermost selves, as White's poem reminds us. One of the most fundamental of these questions that you will ask yourself as you journey through organizations, family units, interpersonal relationships, communities, and perhaps even countries is this: should I stay or should I leave? These are questions where what is right and what is wrong is not clearly demarcated. They are questions of discernment and deliberation. But asking the question is only the first step. And rather than sprint forward towards a resolution right away, these questions that have no right to go away require from us a delicate, deliberate patience, a space where we can practice discernment. As the poet Rilke wrote in his Letters to a Young Poet, be patient to all that is unsolved in your heart and try to love the questions themselves, like locked rooms, and like books that are now written in a very foreign tongue. Do not now seek the answers which cannot be given to you because you would not be able to leave them. And the point is to leave everything. Leave the questions now. Perhaps you will then gradually, without noticing it, leave along some distant day into the answer. Class of 2024, I do not know what questions your time at Dartmouth has raised for you, but I know that you have been tested and you have been patient. Your time here has been tumultuous, bookended by a global pandemic and global unrest. The classmates you have lost and grieved salute you from the other side. You have organized and danced. You've disagreed and made amends. You have taken intellectual, physical, and creative risks, all the while doing the best you can to care for your mental health and well-being. Class of 2024, you are alchemists of loss. And you are showing us how to embrace the questions and still have the courage to walk on and leave our way into the answers. And it is for this reason that I am hopeful. Your patience and your commitment to leave out the questions will serve you well and our world as well, which is plagued by its own questions that have no right to go away. Questions such as, how is it? How is it that we are more connected than ever through technology, yet simultaneously experience heightened ideological polarization and division within our societies? How is it? How is it that we develop increasingly powerful AI, yet simultaneously face grave existential threats from accelerating climate change? Questions like, how is it that we live in an era of unprecedented wealth, yet also experience extreme wealth concentration and rising poverty and inequality? These questions need your practiced patience, your discernment, and your creativity as we all leave our way into the answers. And there comes a time when the questions that we ask, the questions that we begin with, mother us from one threshold to another threshold, and we find that because of what we have discovered, we need to allow ourselves to give up one set of questions and embrace a more deeper, more complex, and more uncertain territory that makes us anxious, perhaps restless, but this threshold invites us to ask another set of deeper questions. So in this way, questions have a way of mothering us from one threshold to another. This then is the hidden blessing of a question, the chance to grow into our own freedom, an opportunity to reclaim our self-sovereignty, the right to exist in this world, to name it as we see it, and to celebrate the unique signature of the gifts we carry and share with those who walk along the way with us. It is the opportunity to write our own story into existence, even when we've been erased in history, especially when we've been erased from history. The hidden blessing of a question is in the way it mothers us to remember that we are meant to be free in this world. So class of 2024, I bow to the questions that have mothered you to this threshold. I give thanks for the answers you've been gifted along the way, and I pray for your courage as you embrace this moment of restlessness and say yes to the questions that remain unanswered in your hearts. And in honor of your courage, I will close with this poem that I wrote for you, and it's the first time I'm speaking out my poetry ever in public. So, and it is special because your class year is special. And so I'll read you this poem in closing called A Salute to the Cradles That Mother Us. Your restlessness is not a crime to be corrected. Your restlessness is not a crime to be corrected. A disturbance, yes, but not a disorder. Trace your footsteps from here, looking back, and find those voices who, upon watching you take your first tentative steps, cheered with delight for you to walk on. Etch this memory in your heart, that rather than keep you tethered to images of their own making, there were those who once loved you into your own freedom. Etch this memory in your heart, that rather than keep you tethered to images of their own making, there were those who once loved you into your own freedom. Attend to your restlessness now as one would to a guide over unknown territory. See how you stand tall and grieve all the places that mothered you till present. Then bow to the future horizon that makes a novice of you yet again. Looking back, here now, turning towards tomorrow, blow the candlelight out, then follow the chorus cheering you on. Walk on, walk on, walk on, sweetheart, walk on. Walk on, walk on, walk on, class of 2024, walk on. Thank you.
It's your season to be blessed. God made you a promise, and you stood the test. He's gonna open up heaven and pour out a blessing. Yeah, it's your season, whoa, to be blessed. I'm blessed in the city, I'm blessed in the field. I'm blessed going out, I'm blessed coming in. He's gonna open up windows, pour out a blessing. Yeah, it's your season, oh, to be blessed. It's your season, sing. It's your season to be blessed. God made you a promise,
And you stood
you stood the test.
windows of heaven, pour you out.
Pour you out a blessing.
It's your season.
It's your season
Oh, yes it is.
to be blessed.
Listen, I've been through the fire, I've been through the flood, but I'm standing here because of his blood. You know, he opened the window and he poured out a blessing. Yeah, now it's your season, oh, to be blessed. It's your season, sing.
It's your season
To be blessed.
to be blessed.
God made you a promise,
God made you a promise.
and you stood
You stood the test.
windows of heaven.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Oh, it's your season to be blessed. God made you a promise, and you stood the test. Windows of heaven pour you out a blessing. Yeah, it's your season. Oh, to be blessed.
It's your season.
It's your season.
It's your season.
Oh, yes, it is.
It's your season.
Blessings will come your way.
It's your season.
Oh, oh, oh. It's your season.
It's your season.
Good things will come your way.
It's your season.
Hold on.
It's your season.
Hold on.
It's your season.
Hold on, child of God. It's your season. Oh, oh, oh. It's your season.
It's your
season to be blessed.
Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon you all. Thank you to our incredible speakers. Your words were powerful, beautiful, and heartfelt. Thank you to Dr. Nalani and the Gospel Choir for making this event so much more meaningful and blessed. Thank you to our friends from Conference and Events and the Community Life and Inclusion Office and our campus ministers for making this event possible. And of course, thank you to all of you for being here to celebrate with our graduates and reflect with them. Congratulations to the class of 2024. I was asked to conclude our program with a blessing. Now, it's funny because the Arabic word for congratulations, mabruk, means blessed. It's a short form for a prayer, may it be blessed, mabruk. Whenever someone accomplishes something, achieves, succeeds, we say mabruk, and realizing it or not, we are making a prayer for them. It reminds us that in the moment of congratulations, there is something owed to the divine, and by extension, how every accomplishment is interconnected to family, to friends, to whoever helped you along the way. It celebrates the moment and acknowledges it, but it also moves past the moment. Graduating is great, learning is fantastic, and may it be blessed. May it benefit you in the future. May it benefit others. May it be good for this world and the hereafter. And that's what I pray for all of you, that the experiences you've had here, that you carry them forward. What you've learned, the friends you've made, the sleepless hours of writing papers, that they are blessings to you in the future. And that each of you in turn is a blessing to others. The world right now is a challenging place. It always is, but perhaps we see it more in the present. War, bloodshed, climate change, the challenges of new technology, it's a lot to handle. You'll be grappling with problems that we don't even know about at present. But you will be a blessing at every step. The prophet, peace be upon him, said, when the world is ending and you're planting a tree, keep planting that tree. In the face of every challenge, change, and transition, the good you do, the good that you are, keep it going. It matters. Plant seeds, build, and grow. And may it all be blessed. Mabruk, and thank you.